identity.
You've got 3 stores?
We have 3 stores. I think we'll see it expand more, hopefully more into the suburbs and, into the traditionally, quieter neighborhoods, where our product or our services, could be more widely accepted. Some of the bakers that we hire are born and raised in Mexico, and we've gotten special visas for them to come and work for us because of the particular skills and talents that they possess.
What's it like to get the permission to do something like that?
It is extremely difficult. It's a long process. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of red tape that's involved. Just trying to secure, somebody to come into this country and work for you. It's a long process.
When we're on the North Shore and we're on the west suburbs, and it doesn't seem to be a problem. Up there, we see Mexican nationals working everywhere.
We have a lot of Mexican nationals. We probably have 40 or 50 that work here. Primarily, they were working on our landscape construction crews. They're also working on our maintenance crews and our mowing crews.
How did that get started, having that many? By the way, how many?
I think we were probably one of the first companies in the area that really had Mexican nationals. We probably have been employing them for over 20 years. And they've just been great workers. We've really enjoyed having them here. They're good with customers, and they've been very hardworking, very industrious, and we've enjoyed having them.
How did that get started? I mean, before you answer that question, though, of all the people that work here, how many people work at the company?
Well, we have about 180.
And how many are Mexican nationals?
Maybe 50. But of our landscape construction crews and our maintenance crews, our workforce it probably constitutes 60 to 70% of our construction crews are made up of Mexican nationals.
And now, how did it get started? How did you?
Well, I don't know. It got started before I became a part of this company. I've been with the company for 10 years, and it was something that was well ingrained within the company before I got here.
I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'll ask you a real quick question. What's the paperwork for hiring? The paperwork for hiring that many? I mean, for hiring people from out of the area.
Well, we require a certain amount of. We require proof of a green card, plus 2 or 3 different forms of ID, like a driver's license or something such as that. We only allow 1 name change per person. We've had some problems with people wanting to change their names 2 or 3 times, and unfortunately we don't allow that.
Why would they change their names?
Well, I think some people maybe might arrive here illegally, and so we don't allow people to change their names. And we've had people want to come back with a different name as a different year, and we say, sorry, we don't have a job. So, but it's something that's been kind of interesting.
Well, I'm glad I asked you, because I didn't see anybody working here, though, any Mexicans working here.
Oh, yeah.
We had seen in other places, and I was curious.
Yeah, no, we have lots of Mexicans that work here. You just don't see any right now. Do
they have a community here in Wauwatosa?
No, I don't believe so. I believe one of the nice things is we're right on the bus line, so some of them do take the bus. Most of them live in central Milwaukee. Okay. And they commute here. Oftentimes, 5 or 6 people per car. But they generally commute out to work here.
We went to outlying companies in Wisconsin, in the suburban area of Milwaukee and other areas, and we asked people the same question: what about the paperwork? How hard is it? And one particular business basically said they have no problem with the paperwork. The INS doesn't bother them. Do you see a discrepancy in how the INS functions regarding how they watch businesses owned by Mexicans, as opposed to what's happening in other communities, other neighborhoods here in Milwaukee?
There is a distinct difference. In the media, you never hear of the Anglo businesses or having to sustain a raid, but you always hear of the Mexican-owned businesses, the Hispanic-owned businesses, being raided and having an INS personnel come in and round up the people to prove their legitimate documentation. There is a problem here. There is a clear distinction. There is.
With the growing political and business power that that you're seeing here, why isn't this an issue within the community? Why isn't this a major issue in changing things?
Well, can you fight INS? Can you fight the federal government? I think the current administration certainly is sensitive to what the immigration issue is. I don't know if it's ever going to change. There doesn't seem to be a lot of sensitivity or attention being placed on this particular